I played a horrible racist bigot, and I had to say and do just vicious things to Sidney.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Before we begin, let me ask you something. What if the darkest villains of classic Hollywood weren't the ones on screen, but the legends standing behind the camera? Richard Widmark once made a haunting confession. He said that playing monsters on screen was easier than living among them off camera. Throughout his career, he portrayed some of the most hateful and cruel characters Hollywood had ever created. Racists, bigots, sadists, men who spoke venom and committed unforgivable acts. He carried those roles like scars, especially when he was forced to hurl hatred at co-stars like Sidney Poitier, words that stayed with him long after the director yelled, "Cut." Yet Widmark believed the real darkness of Hollywood never appeared on film. It hid behind polished smiles, unchecked power, and legendary reputations. Richard Widmark was not just another actor from Hollywood's golden age. He was one of its sharpest blades, a man who refused to soften the truth for comfort. Behind that fearless image, however, lived someone who watched the industry he loved slowly decay from within. And before his final curtain fell, Widmark made a chilling decision. He revealed a secret list of names he had despised for decades. These weren't petty grudges. These were untouchable icons the world worshipped. This is the story of Richard Widmark reveals the 6 most evil actors of Hollywood's golden age. And once you hear it, you may never see classic Hollywood the same way again. The first name on Richard Widmark's list carried a weight that never faded with time: John Wayne. Widmark never forgot the humiliation attached to that name, not because Wayne lacked talent, but because he represented something far more dangerous: unchecked power. In Hollywood, John Wayne was never just another actor. He was authority. His presence alone could silence a room, and his influence extended far beyond the camera. To challenge him was to risk your career. That tension exploded during the preparation of The Alamo, 1960. This was not simply a film, it was Wayne's personal empire. He starred in it, produced it, and controlled every creative decision. No one questioned him. No one dared. When Richard Widmark's name surfaced as a potential choice for the role of Jim Bowie, Wayne shut it down instantly. And he didn't do it quietly. In front of the crew, without hesitation or respect, Wayne dismissed Widmark with a line that cut deeper than it sounded. "You're not big enough to play Jim Bowie." It wasn't a critique of acting ability. It was a reminder of hierarchy, a public assertion of dominance. In that moment, Widmark understood exactly how Hollywood power worked and who was allowed to wield it. Widmark didn't argue. He didn't lash out. He answered quietly with 2 words that carried dangerous resolve: "I will be." That moment crystallized everything Widmark hated about old Hollywood. Wayne wasn't judging acting ability, he was asserting dominance. The Alamo was his kingdom, and Widmark was being reminded of his place within it. When the film was released, critics shocked everyone. Many praised Widmark's portrayal of Jim Bowie as more layered, more human, and more compelling than Wayne's own performance. John Wayne never acknowledged it. From that moment on, the relationship froze completely. No shared projects, no public praise. Widmark later explained that his resentment was philosophical, not personal. He believed power should protect the craft, not suffocate it. To him, Wayne proved that in Hollywood's golden age, talent didn't always win, power did. The second name on Widmark's list cut even deeper: Elia Kazan. This wasn't a slow betrayal, it happened in a single moment, the moment Kazan chose to speak. In the early 1950s, Hollywood was drowning in fear. Careers vanished overnight, scripts were burned, friendships became liabilities. Everyone understood the unspoken rule: protect each other or be destroyed alone. When Elia Kazan testified before the House Un-American Committee,
Naming fellow artists as communists, Widmark felt something inside him shatter permanently.
Kazan wasn't just a director to Widmark, he was a collaborator, a man Widmark believed understood the sacred contract between artists, that loyalty inside the studio was non-negotiable. When Kazan testified, Widmark didn't shout or argue publicly. He did something colder. He erased him. Friends noticed Widmark refusing to even acknowledge Kazan's name. Conversation stopped. Silence replaced discussion. Privately, Richard Widmark summed up his contempt with a line that quietly spread through Hollywood. There are things worse than losing work. Losing your spine is one of them. He believed Kazan hadn't merely saved himself, he had legitimized betrayal. When Kazan later defended his actions publicly, Widmark's judgment hardened. Once you justify it, he told a friend, you'll do it again. Decades later, when Kazan received an honorary award and the room split between applause and silence, Widmark never softened. Time didn't heal the wound, it confirmed it. Next came Frank Sinatra, a name Widmark associated not with rivalry, but with disrespect. Their tension surfaced during The Detective, 1968. Sinatra arrived as an untouchable icon, late, impatient, and eager to rush scenes. To him, efficiency meant control. To Widmark, it meant compromise. Widmark arrived early, script marked, blocking memorized, prepared to repeat takes until the scene felt truthful. When Sinatra asked to hurry a moment Widmark had carefully built, the assumption, not the request, ended it. Widmark complied, then withdrew. Later, he delivered a verdict that quietly circulated on set. Charm is not commitment. Then there was Marlon Brando, the chaos Widmark refused to call genius. On paper, they should have been allies. Both were intense, both were feared, but Widmark watched how Brando worked and recoiled. Brando refused to memorize lines, relying on cue cards hidden across sets, taped to furniture, even placed on other actors. He improvised without warning, reshaped scenes mid-take, and forced everyone else to chase his rhythm. Hollywood praised it as brilliance. Widmark didn't. He listened to co-stars who left Brando's sets exhausted and disoriented. Directors quietly admitted they spent more time managing Brando than directing the film. At a private industry gathering, Brando's name was praised again. Widmark finally spoke. Some actors need chaos to create. I prefer focus. The sentence landed like judgment. Widmark believed acting was discipline owed to the story and the people sharing the frame. As Brando's career later buckled under excess and unpredictability, Widmark felt confirmation. He never attacked him publicly. He simply refused to praise him. The final name on Richard Widmark's list was Kirk Douglas, a man whose ego Widmark knew he could never share a frame with. Douglas didn't wait for moments to arrive. He seized them. He pushed his dialogue louder than written, stretched emotional beats far beyond their limits, and physically moved closer to the camera to dominate every scene. To Douglas, presence meant power. When a director suggested restraint, he reportedly snapped, "If you want small, hire someone else. I don't do small." Widmark never challenged him openly. He understood that confrontation only fed egos like Douglas's. Instead, after one painfully unbalanced scene, Widmark delivered a quiet line that said everything. There's only room for one storm in a scene. Then he chose a path far more unsettling than argument. He stayed controlled, measured, grounded. The contrast was devastating. Douglas's intensity began to look excessive, even desperate, beside Widmark's restraint. The outcome was final and silent. Widmark declined future projects where Douglas was attached. There were no public feuds, no bitter interviews, no dramatic fallout, just distance, just removal. And in Hollywood, that silence spoke louder than any confrontation ever could. So were these men true monsters,
or products of a ruthless system that rewarded cruelty and silence. Richard Widmark believed Hollywood didn't just allow this behavior, it celebrated it. Before he left this world, he exposed the truth, not for revenge, but as a warning. If this story moved you, like, share, and subscribe for more untold Hollywood secrets. Thanks for watching.